A message from your guides, December 21, 2016. By Salena, Migeot. Beloved ones, it is with great anticipation that we greet you this day. There are gifts being delivered to your world that will significantly change your life for the better. Initially, these changes will be ones that will be of benefit to all in the form of detoxifying your environment, allowing greater ease and flow through many of your systems, and allowing for you all to have equal opportunities regardless of your current circumstances. As the changes continue, you will see a very large influx of new technologies from your galactic brothers and sisters. We understand you have been enculturated to fear or disbelieve in any beings that are not Earth-based. Dearest ones, if your galactic neighbors and benefactors had any ill intentions, they would have acted on them by now. They are far beyond you in technologies. Many of them are supremely advanced spiritually speaking, and they are well versed in universal laws. Therefore they understand that what they do affects all. Their understanding of energy, karma, reciprocity, thought transference, manifestation, and all things of what you would call a metaphysical or spiritual nature are where your civilization would take thousands of years to get to without their assistance. We are not saying that every being that is not of Earth is benevolent. We are saying that those who are guiding you to your greater evolution and potential are protecting you from others that have darker intentions. Know that the light always prevails against darkness. When you are in a space of darkness, all you need is the presence of light to dispel the darkness, whether that be a candle, a flashlight, an open door, or, consider when there is a power outage, knowing the layout of the room you are in and what it contains gives you a great deal of knowledge of how to navigate it in the darkness. This is a good example of how knowledge can overcome fear. When you have enough knowledge to ward off fear, you can move through any situation unencumbered by fear. That is exactly what we wish to do in this transmission, arm you with knowledge that will allow you to move through any unfamiliar territory without fear. First and foremost, know and own that you are loved, guided, protected, and supported in every moment with every breath. We have repeated this over and over and over again through these messages so that you would take that credo into your awareness and knowing. If you operate from this knowing, it is so much easier to dispel fear. As things are, many of you are operating from a place of fear. You will be very grateful to your fellow Earth beings who have learned to dispel fear, as they are now prepared to lead you out of the darkness. Make no mistake, what you are living through now is darkness. Just as sometimes it only takes opening a door or turning on a light to dispel darkness, these ones who have largely overcome fear will be able to eradicate darkness by knowing how to dispel fear and navigate through darkness into light. How does one overcome fear? By knowing and trusting that you are loved, guided, protected, and supported in every situation. This works very well if you take it into your knowing, awareness, and beliefs. Think of the biblical David. He triumphed over Goliath because he knew he was loved, guided, protected, and supported in every moment with every breath. Every great hero, biblical or otherwise, believes that they are greater than any perceived evil and therefore have not only the right and privilege, but the destiny to prevail. We bring this message to you at this winter solstice for you to know that all we say symbolically is literal, and all we say literally is symbolic. So, just as the northern hemisphere of your planet is bathed in darkness on this day, every day from this day forward until the summer solstice there will be increasing light. We ask you to understand that with each day that passes, the light of greater understanding, harmony, peace, and abundance is increasing across your world. For those of you who are wondering about those in the southern hemisphere, know there is always balance. The balance of the light and dark and the northern and southern hemispheres will have moved up on the spiral of life. This higher, more evolved, lighter, and less fearful place will be your new normal. That upward spiral will continue until you arrive at a level of peace, joy, and prosperity for all that is your divine birthright. It does not matter if you pick up a drink when you have been sober. It does not matter if you have given your power to someone by blaming them for your circumstances. It does not matter that you might not have given your best effort in a certain endeavor. It does not matter that you might be overweight, depressed, unhealthy, harbor unsavory thoughts, that you have taken advantage of others, that you are skilled in what might be called dark ways, that you feel incapable of loving your brothers and sisters, that you feel superior, that you lie, that you feel unable to measure up to the expectations of those who love you, that you are self-centered and therefore not in service to others, that you would rather beg, borrow, or steal than use the gifts that Creator gave you. Whatever your perceived limitations are, they are just that perception. You are as good or as bad as you think you are. You are most likely embellishing your own weaknesses and minimizing your own strengths. We can say this with great authority because we see how you diminish yourself and others. We see how your light increases momentarily and then dims again through your own thoughts or another's words. We see how you tell yourself you are not good enough, not worthy. Beloved ones, you are the most worthy civilization that has ever peopled your planet. You have forgotten your greatness, your connection to God's source, your ability to dispel darkness with a powerful thought. Believe this and allow yourself to believe more and more that you were born to live this lifetime at this time in galactic history to tip the scales from darkness to light once and for all eternity. Make it your personal mission to keep your light shining bright through your thoughts, words, choices, and actions. You have legions of assistants in other realms. Most have been in service for eons of your time and beyond. Some have recently departed your plane in fluke accidents, unexpected deaths, or completely inexplicable circumstances in order to honor the agreements they made before they embodied into this most recent lifetime. They are all in service to this great shift you are collectively going through. This has been called the shift of the ages with good reason. This is the shift that has been prophesied about for centuries. Dearest ones, do not be concerned with whatever your media is wanting you to focus on. When you witness, hear, or in any way take their fearful misinformation into your being, you are subjugating your sovereignty. We are asking you to be sovereign by fasting from media. Whether you think of it as fasting, boycotting, or holding the light, it is very necessary for you to detach from your mainstream and to some extent from your social media. So many of you give your power away in these ways and have no idea you are doing that. If you think you are better off staying informed through mainstream media, we can tell you unequivocally that the information that comes through your inner knowing when you allow it is much more accurate and timely than anything you can receive from a manufactured source. The most important relationship you have is with that which created you. If you have no relationship with that source, you are disconnected. No amount of contact with others will fill that void. That is something you find within because you are God and God is you. This is true regardless of what you perceive God to be. The only truth we can say about your beliefs of what God is that He/She/It is greater than you. There is nothing else that exists that is greater than you if you are connected to God's source. God's source is what made David invincible and it is what can make you invincible. Knowledge cannot, money cannot, property cannot, influence over other earthly beings cannot. We are not saying that these things are unworthy in and of themselves. They can be powerful accessories in bringing people closer to the light. Know that God source is within you. The only way to access it is to go within. Everything else is distraction. We are loving you powerfully. And so it is. The collective of guides.